Hello everyone, this is Hank Gibson with Texas Top Aviation and the Aviators Academy here at Oshkosh 2024. It's Friday, lunchtime, it's getting hot outside, about to start the air show. I'm here with Guido Riedijk with LIFT Aviation. He's agreed to join us for a few minutes and tell us about his company. So Guido, tell me about LIFT Aviation, how you started the company, and the products you guys sell.
Yeah, so thanks for having me, first of all, Hank. And LIFT Aviation started probably about 10 years ago now, where the first really product that we introduced was a flying shoe. So I was flying around, and there were a couple of things that kind of bugged me in the cockpit. And number one was that I didn't think the helmets were very interesting. And secondarily, I thought that there was a need for footwear. Mm-hmm. And so we came up with a couple of interesting ideas to enhance the products that we thought were kind of dominating the market. Yeah. So on the helmet side, we came out with a aviator helmet that really was so much better than what was out there. Yeah. You know, mostly the military flight helmet, which was a Gentex helmet that I flew with in my own airplane. And I thought, well, we can do something much better. And since we came out of the personal protective equipment industry with some of our other companies, we decided to improve on that. And since that development of that product took like 3 years, in the meantime, we came up with the flight shoe that really helped on fast rudder control. So if you were doing a lot of rudder inputs, especially on tail draggers upon landing and takeoff, you know, to have a better platform to not get your heels caught up. Mm-hmm. And so we developed a product, our first flight shoe, which we're still selling today. It's basically the heel cleats on the back of the shoe that allows you to go back and forth. So from that, we added a lot of other products, knee boards, flight caps, so all kinds of things that you use in the cockpit that enhances your experience as a pilot, whether you're a commercial pilot, a fun full flight pilot, or any other type.
Okay. As a fixed wing standard category pilot, I never considered a helmet. Why? Who's kind of your demographic you're marketing to for the pilot helmet?
So a good question. And you would think maybe, okay, I would never consider flying with a helmet. That's reserved for military guys that are flying fast jets and so forth. So actually, in the military, every aircrew member flies with a helmet or has to have one in case they're going tactical. So whether you're a backseater or a loadmaster in a C-130, or you're a pilot in F-22, they all have helmets. And so there is certainly a trend for what you would think like a common, you know, fixed wing helmet, a fixed wing flight operator is that, you know, that you're now wearing a headset. When you're wearing a headset and you're doing some more aggressive moves, you can lose your headset. Sure. There's not really a strapping mechanism for there's flight caps, and we make and sell those. But the helmet is really the ultimate safety device. Yeah. And the nice thing is, number one, you don't lose your headset. Number two, the comms in a helmet, even though they come from a headset, in a helmet, they sound much better. So your sound attenuation in a helmet is better. Okay. And then there's a whole group of people that are normally wearing helmets. So people that fly warbirds. Yeah. People that do adventure flying. The guys with the stall planes. You know, going into rivers in Alaska. Yeah. Guys that are flying low over trees. You know, people, when you go down into a tree filled environment with your plane, you wish you would have had a helmet on. Yeah. So you just don't want to be in a situation where you go, oh, I wish I had a helmet on, because actually flying with a helmet is really comfortable. And it's really nice. So we're seeing the growth of the acceptance of a helmet in lieu of just wearing a headset. Okay.
I'm flying Texas, and some of the airplanes I fly don't have air conditioning. Does your head get any hotter with a helmet?
Good question. So actually, our helmet excels in the fact that we've done a lot of heat mitigation, and especially in the military realm, we've done a lot of research on, hey, how can we get the helmet to be cooler? Because if your head stays cooler, you can make better decisions. You can have a better durability. Your athletic performance in the cockpit can be extended. And for people that are flying 8-hour missions, that's a really important thing. So our helmet is really focused and has a lot of features that allow it to be extremely cool. You know, this is the hottest time of the year in the U.S. anyway, you know, Northern Hemisphere. And I fly with the helmet everywhere. And in like places that are in the middle of the desert, that helmet is surprisingly cooler than you would otherwise have. So we actually have airflow systems that actually pull air through your head to keep it cool.
Now, you guys are almost done with the development of a helmet for the Air Force.
Yeah.
Tell me about that process and how that came to be and when you expect the completion.
Yeah, so actually one of the most exciting things I've ever worked on in my life. It's really the culmination of 30 years plus of us working in personal protective gear. And so when we came up with the helmet for the general aviation population, the AV1, our LIFT Aviation AV1 product, the Air Force saw that just at the time where they were trying to have a kind of an open forum competition for their next generation fixed wing helmet, which is what it is that they call it. And so we entered our helmet into that. It was over 100 companies that competed for that. And we ended up in the end winning that competition outright. So we're the only one helmet that is currently being developed for the Air Force. Wow. It's got a massive budget to do that, and it's really fun work. So we are actually in the very, very last stages, if you can think that that's possible after 5 years. We normally develop a product in a couple of years, but this has taken 5 years. And we have completed the testing now. So we are now moving towards production and fielding with the Air Force. So this is actually a very exciting time.
Well, congratulations.
Well,
that sounds awesome.
Yes.
Now, I don't wear flying shoes, but convince me as the head of the company why I need pilot shoes.
Right. So I never fly without them now.
Okay.
So I've actually, that product has convinced me that it's a wonderful thing to wear for a couple of reasons. Number one, your rudder paddle feel is going to be vastly enhanced. Okay. So especially on landing, if you ever fly a tail dragger, you can see the difference. But if it applies to a tail dragger, then marginally would also apply to a regular airplane.
Sure.
Right? So better rudder feel would make any pilot a better pilot.
Yeah.
So for sure there. And then secondarily, we've made them with a sole that you can wear in the cockpit, but also in your hangar with oil and gas and all this stuff. So it's a safety enhancing feature. And it's overall it's a nice looking shoe, and it's breathable, and it's overall a wonderful product. Cool. So I hope I convinced you.
You're pretty close. You're pretty close. Well, Guido, thank you for your time, and enjoy the rest of your show.
Thank you.